You hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence keeps this channel ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I have an unboxing of some JetPens stuff. I love getting stuff from JetPens. I did, the USPS held on to this for a real long time. It just kind of got like meandered through the system. It got sent like 10 days ago, and I finally got it. So actually, I guess I got it yesterday, so it only took 9 days to get here, which is like kind of a long time. So let's get in here. It's a good orange season. So I have my orange and black Spyderco Shaman here. I actually kind of forgot what I've ordered. I know there was something in here. I'm like, I need to get this. I should just go ahead and get this now. So it's not going to be a massive haul like I sometimes do with JetPens, but I also don't exactly remember what all was in here. So should be fun. Okay, let's see. Inside here we have a very nicely packaged. I really like the way JetPens packs things. They'll put them on like a flat board and they'll stick them in one of these so things don't get like folded up and wrinkled and crushed. I think that's really nice, even though it is just a bubble mailer. This has kept everything nice and tight every time I've gotten stuff from JetPens. I've never gotten like a crumpled notebook or anything. Actually, I'm gonna leave that open because you never know when you might need it. So let's get in here. I definitely have some standard pens in here, a little bit of paper and that sort of thing. Oh, I've got a stamp. I'm kind of remembering. I'm remembering what I got now. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay. The thing about it is this cling film really clings. All right. Let's see what's in here. Oh, I know what these are. I almost got 2 sets of these, and I said, you know, probably I should just get 1 set and see what they're like. These are Kutsuwa one-hand word cards. Word cards are a thing that we used to use from Moramin for ink swatching. The Moramin word cards were kind of the like standard for ink swatching before they stopped making those. And so I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be as good. So I'm not sure why exactly it's one hand. Maybe it's because of the way these things are cut. I don't know. Let's see if I can get in here. What is it that's holding this closed? What's the scoop here? Is it this? Is it this? Oh, kind of. Okay, so it's this back piece. All right, let's take this off. Can I take this off? What's going on here? Is this glued? Am I breaking it if I do this? I don't even know. I wish there were instructions. Should I not do that? I don't think we need this. Oh, it's part of the outside. Oh, wait, here we go. Do it up this way to hold. Does that mean it keeps it from opening? Yeah, that'll keep it from opening. This whole back piece seems to be part of it. Maybe I should just take it off. Let's do that. That just exposes the whole thing. I don't know if this is a good idea, Mike. Let's just take this part off. Maybe. Ah! Okay, there we go. So that's... Do I want this whole thing on there? All right, let me go to the product page to see if there are instructions. Okay, so there are, because I am dumb, there are actually instructions on the inside of this. So you're supposed to stick a finger through here, I think. Can I get a finger in there? I don't know. I think my fingers are bigger than they're counting on. All right, so that works. Okay, so you do want this here. I may have... Don't rip that off. I think I can just glue it back on. That shouldn't be a big deal. I just gotta find some glue. All right, so do this, and then you can kind of put this between these fingers, and then you just use your thumb to go to the next card. It gives you these little cutouts in the bottom. That's kind of fun. So if you're like doing flashcards, or if maybe you're giving a talk, and you want to like write some keywords or like some things to remember on there. This is really easy to do with one hand. You don't have to flip through with 2. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see how it is with ink because should have read the instructions first, but this is this is a new thing for me. So, hey, don't start ripping things apart until you read the instructions. I thought maybe that was just a display thing, but this is how you hang it up for display. So, don't need that. All right, let's try some ink on this stuff. This is a big 1.1 nib, so 1.1 millimeter stub on this here pen. This is Andurilium Vampire Squid. And, yeah, it worked really well on there. No feathering or anything weird like that. Definitely no bleed through. I wonder how this will do with some ink. Let's just like put a little bit of ink on there and smear it around like we're doing a swatch. Oh, I'm almost out. Uh-oh. Time to refill. You'd be surprised how little ink you need for an ink swatch. Gonna put this on there, move it around a little bit. This pocket knife is not ideal for an ink swatch, but it'll get the job done. This pen, by the way, is an early Jonathan Brooks, I believe. It's quite an older pen. Bought it from my friend Tammy, who says she thinks it's actually made of like car lacquer is what's on the outside, like some kind of shimmery car, like auto paint. Either way, it looks beautiful. All right, so it looks like it did pretty well on here. That's kind of what I was expecting from an ink swatch card. It's not really an ink swatch card, it's for like writing notes or whatever, but a lot of the time, these great little word cards from Japan will have good ink characteristics, and this one does. Yeah, it looks nice. That's actually what I expected that to look like, so that's cool. Let's try something with a whole bunch of sheen on it. What do I have in front of me with a bunch of sheen? This one's kind of sheeny. This is bLen and Robert Oster Admiral Blue, which is a blue color I really like. It's got some sheen on it. And yeah, I mean, it's drying pretty quickly, and it is showing some of that sheen there. So that's neat. All right, yeah, that works pretty nicely. These are impressively good. This was not very expensive either. These were $4.45 for all these. This is 50 sheets for under $5. So that's pretty good. And the little cutouts do make it so you can use it with one hand, which is actually pretty handy. Handy. Interesting. I'm not sure what I'll use this for yet, but it is pretty cool the way they have these cutouts. So you just pop one sheet at a time over the top. That's neat. Maybe I'll learn Japanese. I'm probably not going to learn Japanese, but maybe I would. And this would be a good way to do it. Remember my vocabulary. All right, well, that's pretty cool. There we go. That's Kutsuwa one-hand word cards. Speedy indeed. Don't rip this off. You kind of want that there. And you can lock it down by pulling these over the side, and then it won't just fly open. All right, that's really neat. I'll just glue that back down, and it will be cool. Interesting. I wish I hadn't broken it, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's mine. I can break my own stuff. That seems fine. All right. I have here a couple of refills. Very exciting. I actually got these refills because I got a couple of pens. These are Zebra bLen pens, bLen. Actually, do they say bLen on them anywhere? The other ones did. I've got some that are like this, and they say bLen on them, kind of etched into the thing. So I have some that are 0.5 and I have some that are 0.7. Some are ballpoint, some are gel. These, I believe, are ballpoint, which is nice because I couldn't find the ballpoint ones on the Zebra USA site anymore, but I really like the ballpoint ink. The only thing is these are both black ink, I think. Let's grab a piece of paper and try it out. Yeah, you can see I've been scribbling on this a whole lot with various things. Yeah, it's black and it's ballpoint. Black and it's ballpoint. They're pretty nice. I mean, they write just fine. These are both 0.5s, as it says up on the top. Do they have the bLen? Oh, they do. They say bLen. It's like etched into plastic on these too. I really like the look of these. The white is very clean. These are very clean looking. And the cool thing about the bLen is actually that it's made so that it will be very quiet when you use it. You're not going to have like any tip rattle and that sort of thing. So as it says on the site here, let me pull it up. It has been carefully engineered to eliminate all the little rattles and vibrations that can distract us from writing and inflict unnecessary stress and frustration. The name is inspired by the Japanese word buranai, which means non-vibrating. These are FM2s. They feature a softly colored translucent barrel. FM stands for find mechanism. Interesting. A reference to how the pen lets you see and admire its inner workings. Direct touch tip design that cushions the writing tip to eliminate uncomfortable vibrations. Noise-free body. Moving parts fit together tightly, don't rattle. They rattle a little bit when you're not using them, but when you are using it, it like is pretty. That's so rattle when it's unknocked. When you extend the tip, nothing. That's pretty cool, actually. That's cool. I like being able to see the inside of this as well. There is definitely some weight down here, and I can't see that in the opaque ones, but you can kind of feel it. Like, they're well balanced so that weight is right at your fingertips. That is exactly where I hold a pen. They're kind of nailing it with that. So, like, good job, Zebra. These blends are really nice. I think this is cool. But I wanted to go ahead and get some more interesting colors for them, and so this is kind of a bluish, like a bluish, grayish, blackish color. So I got this 1mm blue, and I got a 0.7 red. These are Sorari refills, I believe, is what I picked up. Yeah. These are Ferrari ballpoint refills. So these are made, they will totally fit in these bLen things here. So the pen body is $3.20, and the pen refills here are like $1.35 or something like that. So let's go ahead and replace these and see how they go. Is this the ballpoint or is this a gel? Another ballpoint. So I have a bunch of them that write in that black ballpoint. I was like, I don't know, let's just get something a little bit more interesting. And I do like the Ferrari refills. They are really comfortable refill to use, and they're an emulsion ink, which makes them, I don't know, very comfortable, and I believe it makes them waterproof as well. Let me check the product page and just make sure, but actually doesn't say that they're waterproof. They probably are. Most ballpoints are. Thanks to its low viscosity formula, the ink provides a remarkably smooth, vibrant, and skip-free writing experience. Yeah. That's been my experience with the Ferrari refills. So let's go ahead and switch these out. They do say different stuff on them, of course, but you're just supposed to fit. So I think they probably will. Nothing complicated in swapping out those refills. Yeah, let's take this little tip off of here. Sometimes you have to get a ballpoint going just a little bit. I had a couple of skips there at the beginning, but it seems like it has worked itself out. It might also be a little, little tiny chunk of the little tip protector here as well. Yeah, I've got a spot that just doesn't want to write. It might be the paper. Maybe I got something on the paper. Let's get a new sheet. Yeah, I think it might have been something on the paper. That can totally happen with my rando scratch paper I've been using here. So let's chalk that up to the paper, because there's just a couple of spots that didn't want to write. So this seems now like it's totally fine. So that's good. All right, let's put the blue one in. All right, I've actually never used the 1.0 Ferraris before. I don't know what this is going to be like. That is a bold blue, and it writes really nicely. No skips or anything like that. You can see it's a good amount broader than the red, which is a 0.7. A little bit railroady right in there, but sometimes you get that from a 1.0 ballpoint. Didn't have any of that down here, really. And I am writing on several layers. Sometimes when you write on layers of paper with a ballpoint, you end up getting a little bit of railroading, like you have right here. You can see where the ball is in the middle and then the ink is on the outside. And that's usually because I'm pressing down more with a ballpoint, and it kind of like presses the ball into the paper, and so the ink hits the outside of that track. But really nice looking ballpoint. Yeah, that's good. I'm liking that. I'm liking that better with the red and blue in my kind of red and blue pens here. This one is officially gray, I think. What does it say? Yeah, this is a blue gray body, and this is a pink brown body. I think they look great. These are real nice. I like it. All right, what else do we have here? I grabbed some of these. These are highlighters, which I'm always a big fan of highlighters. These are Monami Essenti twin highlighters. New Breeze is the color family of these. Let's go ahead and just take this little thing off there. I'll put it on that. There we go. And these are pretty cool looking. They are twin tips. You have a broad line here and a finer line here. And it looks like they went with a chisel on both, which is a little bit unusual. Most of the time when you have these twin tips, you will have one of them is a chisel and the other one is like a fine point or something like that. But these went twin chisels. This is $6.25 for the pack. They also sell them in singles and that sort of thing. So here is the blue. It's kind of a blurple, really. Oh, that's a nice looking little chisel tip there. Yep, writes good. All right, yeah, those are really nice colors. That yellow is a very interesting color. It's not like your typical yellow highlighter, which is generally brighter. So this is the fluorescent yellow this is a Zebra Z-Bright. You can see it's much brighter, but it's also kind of paler. This is more of a, I don't know, kind of a sunflower yellow. And yeah, I like that. I think that looks nice. I really like this kind of color palette. This is a really nice kind of salmon-y sort of pink here. The blue is maybe a little bit dark. It's almost periwinkle, and I'm not sure how well that's going to do over some sorts of text. It might be a little bit on the dark side, but I think it'd probably be okay. Here's a this is an order form or an invoice I got from Van Ness. Let's see how it does actually. All right, the green is great, no problem there. Now this periwinkle does just fine. It's totally readable still. Does draw attention to the text. The yellow is excellent. I really like this yellow. How's this? Yeah, great. I think that these all work really well. So that's nice. Did it bleed through at all? Nope, no bleed through. And I don't know if they probably use a laser printer for this, so I'm not expecting any kind of movement, but yeah, it looks good. Looks good. So yeah, preliminary results on these. Very nice Monami twin tip New Breeze highlighters. Really dig that. So $6.25 for this little 4-pack. Seems pretty good. Oh yeah, there's the names there. Aqua Green Myosotis, which I think is a flower actually. Canary Yellow, and then Peach, which I was calling Salmon, but yeah, okay. I guess I could say that's Peach. Yeah, maybe. All right, neat. What else do we have in here? That's it for pens. I do have a pair of things here that kind of go together. So this is the Midori notebook for paintable stamp is what they call this. And the color is yellow. It's really more of an olivey green than a yellow. It has these nice kind of bronze or maybe brass looking rings back here. This is cool. It's got a cover. Oh, interesting. Let's take this out of its cover because you can fold this in to find your place if you like. So, oh, this is nice, actually. This is a nice looking paper. Oh, yeah, this is good. I mean, I expect Midori to be very good, but this is what these are for. So they make a bunch of these things called paintable stamps, and I have one of them here. I didn't buy a whole lot of them. I got one just to try it out. But these are sized so that you can use 4 of their paintable stamps and sort of make your own layouts for journaling or planning or whatever you like. And you're supposed to be able to write and paint over these stamps, indeed. 59 pages, cream paper, unobtrusive grid for aligning stamps. That seems good. I like that. All right, let's give this a shot. I got one of the stamps as well. I got this one. It gives you lines. It has like some fun birds on there. This is an oil-based ink, it says. And these are pre-inked, like just ready to rock stamps. So I don't need to get out a stamp pad or anything, which is kind of cool. And oh yeah, look at that. It's like, hey, you can just like make lines of these if you want. So I can just put a bunch of these on there. All right, well, got to cut this little bit of tape here. That's why you keep your pocket knife out when you're doing an unboxing, Mike. There we go. All right. All right. So yeah, this is a fun stamp. I like this. I think I'm going to enjoy using this one. And this paper feels very nice. This is a thick paper, actually. Let's see if I can show you. It's got a little bit of a texture to it. You can actually see a little bit of the texture there on that front page. Can't see it as well on the graph lined pages there because you've got the little lines in there. You do have guide arrows up here at the top and bottom, which show you halfway through each page and then also on the sides. So you can align that stamp up nicely, I think. All right, so there's the pre-inked stamp. It's pretty cool. All right, let's give this a shot. The only thing about these is I can't see through it. So it's gonna be I don't know how they managed to line them up for their little graphic there. It says to press it down. It says press it like this. I think. That looks good. I'm not going to try to overlap them because I think that would be impossible. All right, I left that one there a little bit too long. But hey, look, trial and error. That was my first one. So yeah, to come through the back side. You get a little bit of ghosting, especially this one I left here a long time. But if you're writing on the back, I don't think that would be a problem at all. That's pretty cool. So let's try our ballpoint here. Yep. Seems totally fine. It feels nice with the ballpoint. Another ballpoint. Is this dry? Yeah, no smearing from the stamp ink. That's good. I wonder if I can highlight over them. Let's see what happens here. Let's grab this pink. Do we have any movement? No, we didn't. That worked really well. So this ink is working really nicely. Let's put some fountain pen ink on it and see what happens. This is a very nice green here in my Esterbrook Raven. All right, how'd you do? I did well. I don't see any movement of the black ink there. I do see some very mild rejection of the fountain pen ink here on a couple of the lines, but not much. Really just kind of going through the center. Seems like the vertical lines aren't rejecting at all. That's really interesting. You can see it in the bird as well. It's like a little bit there. But that might just have to do with the texture of the paper. Let's see if we bled through. No, we didn't. I'm not surprised. Midori makes really nice papers. So that's cool. Let's try a little bit more here. This one's a nice bright orange. This paper does feel very absorbent. I can notice that when I'm writing on it. It's going to dry very quickly, but it feels absorbent. So I was thinking it might bleed through, but it didn't. Did I force a dot through? I might have forced a dot through. Yeah, one dot right there. That's where the fountain pen ink intersected the ink from the stamp, and it like came through a little bit. I've had that happen a bunch of times with this kind of stamp paper, or these kinds of stamps and that sort of thing. Oh, look at that. There's like some illustrations, some ideas of things you can do. That's cool. Oh, these are little stickers. I have some of those stickers for sure. I probably got them from Midori. Maybe that's why. Put that back here. Let's try a little bit more fountain pen ink, then we'll move on to, well, actually, this is just the last thing. So let's just like play with it. Okay, that one really spread out. This is Nagasawa Fufu, which is one of their onomatopoeia inks. And this is a platinum coarse nib, and it really went marker style on that thing. How'd the back do? Back did just fine, but it did spread out quite a lot. So, hey, maybe don't do that. That is a big nib right there. Let's try something else big. All right, so this is a pen that's on loan to me. This is a Mont Blanc 146 with a signature nib, which is very shovelly. That is my Pinonia Burahe ink, which I, of course, like a lot. You do see some rejection from the lines there, which I'm not terribly surprised by. You do see a little bit of feathering up here. So this is not perfect paper for fountain pens. It is, as I said, it feels a little bit absorbent, but I bet it didn't bleed through. Yeah, just a touch. You get a little touch of bleed. Not like our true bleed, but like just a little bit. Like it was trying to bleed through. I think I could have made it bleed through if I'd left it on there longer. But that's pretty good. And I think for most other use cases, this is going to be totally fine. I think for any other use case, it'll be totally fine. Using a fine nib or a medium nib will be no big deal. Using a signature nib or this coarse, which is just kind of massive and puts down a whole bunch of ink, you will find a little bit of feathering and spreading. But this is a pretty cool little book. I can see myself using this actually for like specifically, maybe it's one that I end up taking to class with me. It's a great size for what I need sometimes in class, which is like I can need a half page essentially for like each class period to say like, you know, this is what we did and this is where we left off and this is things you need to do. And this is kind of a perfect size for this. I really like this weird little square size. What is this? It's 60 pages of thick cream colored paper, 2mm grid. It doesn't actually tell me a size. It is 5.9 by 5.9 inches. So 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters, essentially, this way. So a nice square. These mean I can totally tear out pieces if I want. And the front cover there gives me an easy way to make a bookmark. No, this is going to be a great little notebook for going to class and making notes and that kind of thing. If you have a thing you need to do with small notes, maybe if you have like small meeting notes, I would use something smaller though than the massive like coarse nibs and stuff like that. It doesn't love those. But for the other stuff and the ballpoints, it was totally fine. For mediums, I'd say mediums and below, you'll be totally fine. But if you start getting bigger, you're going to get some spread. If you go coarse or signature, you're going to get it. It's not going to look as good, although it feels pretty nice to write on it with those. So yeah, interesting stuff. So hey, there you go. That's been my little JetPens haul. I hope you have enjoyed this haul. I think this is some neat stuff that I found here. And yeah, so you can find this stuff at JetPens yourself. So find yourself some cool new ballpoints or a weird little one-hand word card or some cool highlighters. And let me know what you find, like other things I should try out. Put those down there in the comments. Let me know if you've got any of these cool paintable stickers, stamps. I'm kind of digging this. I think there are going to be some of these that I would maybe use for ink swatching even, because you can just like write right over them with no problem. That's pretty neat. So thanks very much for watching. I will see y'all in another video soon. And until then, peace out.